Welcome back to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. Should you use sand in your chicken coop and run? Most folks use conventional bedding materials in their coop and run, spreading straw, hay, or something similar over the floors and in the nest boxes. Some people, however, use sand as a flooring material. Is this a good idea or one that you should avoid? Let's talk about that in this video. But before that, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also check out our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our email newsletters for tips and tricks in raising a backyard flock. There seem to be two camps in the sand issue, either for or against, with few people taking the middle road of compromise. It's either you love it or hate it. Reasons why some people are against sand for their chicken coop or run are the following. For starters, sand has little in the way of insulating properties, unlike hay and straw. It can also be cold in winter, and if wet, it can freeze. On the other hand, it can be really hot in summer, possibly burning the chicken's feet. There will be no bugs or worms for the birds to search for, and bacteria can thrive. In contrast, backyard chicken keepers who swear by using sand in their coop and run prefers it for being eco-friendly and inexpensive. Sand also dries out the poop much faster, hence fewer bacteria in the coop. It doesn't retain moisture too, and makes for better drainage. And it promotes cleaner chicken feet and shorter nails. After hearing the pros and cons, and if you decided that sand is the best option for your coop and run, here are some tips on how you can set it up on your own. The initial setup is probably the most time-consuming and expensive part of the process, not to mention heavy work. You will need to calculate how much sand you need for the given area. For example, an area of 8 feet by 12 feet covered to a depth of 6 inches would require approximately 2.5 tons of river sand. This costs around $25 to $40 per ton. You will need a strong back and arms or sufficient funds to employ someone to do the hauling and settling for you. Obviously, before adding the sand, you should ensure your coop's floor is strong enough to support the added weight of the sand. Now, setting up sand in the run is a little different matter. If your run area is a muddy mess in the winter and spring, you might consider laying down 3 to 4 inches of gravel under the sand. This allows for better drainage. When the entire area around the coop and run is always wet and muddy, it might be best to consider laying down some drainage tiles first. This option is expensive, but the benefits will be better ground to walk on and fewer mosquitoes. If you haven't sided your coop, now's a good time to reconsider placement and move it to a drier location. Although the sand is said to provide better drainage, it won't if you don't prepare the area well. Simply laying sand on top of mud may disguise the problem for a year or so. Eventually, the sand will sink into the mud, necessitating new sand. Now, which type of sand should you use? All-purpose sand is considered okay. The best sand is construction, bank run, or river sand. This stuff looks like what you would see on a riverbed. It contains multiple sizes of particles, including small pebbles and etc. This stuff is great for the bird's grit intake. Sand that is considered unacceptable for coops and runs is playing sand and sandbox sand. This stuff is ground up quartz with a great deal of dust in it. Not good for you or your bird's respiratory system. This is probably the stuff that can freeze solid in winter, cook the chicken's feet in summer, and has minimal insulation properties. Also, this type of sand should not be used in a brooder, in my opinion. A few testimonies have mentioned small chicks eating the sand and dying from an impacted crop, which we don't want happening in our flock. Once the hard work of laying the sand is done, maintenance is pretty standard. Most folks do a daily poop scoop and are done. Some folks freshen the sand using PDZ or zeolite, wood ashes, or diatomaceous earth. It also encourages dust bathing. They can be used separately or together, your choice. If your run area is not covered, you may need to rake it over after a heavy rainstorm or other inclement weather. Otherwise, the area should be raked and turned over at least once a month to prevent compacting. You could either hand rake or use a small rototiller to turn it over. In watching my chickens, they love nothing better than a good dirt bath. I'm not sure how they would feel about sand and pebbles. I did ask them and they were non-committal. The pro folks seem to enjoy the cleanliness of the sand type run. They say there's little to no odor, flies are minimal, and there is very little to compost. Admittedly, it would seem that cleanliness is a huge bonus to the chicken keeper. Still, I haven't met too many fastidious hands in my time. My ladies take a positive delight in messing up a clean coop and creating a small dust storm. One argument was that it kept the chicken's feet cleaner and nails shorter. If your current run is muddy in the wet seasons, I'm sure this would help keep their feet cleaner and keep the nest and eggs much cleaner. Having fewer flies around the coop would be nice too. Still, if you do a quick housekeeping every day by removing the fresh deposits and hanging fly papers, flies should be minimal anyway. There's no such thing as maintenance-free hen house, unless you hire out the daily chores, and what fun would there be in that? Now, we're not saying that using sand in a coop or run is not without risks. Earlier, I have already mentioned that sand should not be used in brooders due to the risk of crop impaction. Another issue is that fresh poop would adhere to the sand. Effectively disguising it, young chicks might ingest a lot of poop, leaving them susceptible to coccidiosis. Some sources stated that sand was a good medium for hiding and growing E. coli and coccidiosis, yet others state it is an excellent medium for inhibiting bacteria. Apparently, even the experts cannot agree. It may be true that sand dissipates most of the poop produced, but the fecal poops will trickle down into the lower layers. So I'm not convinced that it would be much more germ-free than regular straw if you look deep enough. Using the wrong type of sand can cause respiratory issues for birds and people. If you decide to use sand, make sure it is the right type. Another person mentioned the possibility of sand fleece. If you're thinking about adding sand to your coop out of curiosity, perhaps try putting it in a section of the coop and leaving the rest as your current bedding. Your chickens will undoubtedly love the new dust bath space, as that is what they will most likely view it as, and will happily fluff themselves up and cover their feathers with the sand. Test it out first and see how it works for you and your birds before committing to the new type better. You may love it or you may hate it. Most large poultry houses and the majority of backyard folks use some other substrate such as hay, straw, shavings, mulch, and leaf litter. It's up to you to look carefully at each one and decide if it is valid. As always, do your research ahead of time. It may save you money in the long run. If you want to read our full article about putting sand in your chicken coop and run, do check out our free article linked here. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Please watch our other videos too, and stay tuned for our new uploads every Saturday. You can also check out our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our email newsletters for daily tips and tricks in raising a backyard flock. Thanks for watching!